Hi, welcome to another episode of Baby Narc. If you're wondering why your narcissist doesn't love you, never fell in love with you, maybe they did, but they fell out of love with you, it's because of that old saying, you're too good for him. I can never really wrap my brain around that because I don't think that way. I don't ever think that I'm too good for someone. That doesn't even register in my brain really, which is why it's been so hard for me to get that into my thick skull that, yes, I'm too good for this man. He's a bad person. Not saying that all narcissists are, and I'm doing a lot of research now on self-aware narcissists who are actually getting therapy. But my narcissist, he's a bad guy. He's a bad dude. He told me a story recently that, or not real, but like last year, that when he was, I don't know how old he was, maybe, probably 20s. His grandmother came to visit, and she's a diabetic, or was diabetic. God rest her soul. She was diabetic, and he went into her bag and stole her needles. And as he's telling me the story, I'm thinking, the first thought that I thought is, oh my God, you were that much of a junkie back then that you would steal your grandmother's insulin needles? But then he continues on with the story, so that's bad enough, right? Okay, no, that I wish that's what it would have been. He tells me, says, yeah, I think I interrupted him, like, oh my God, you were doing heroin back then? He's like, no, I wasn't shooting up. I was hanging out with some people that were junkies, and I wanted to impress them and make them like me. So I brought them those needles. Whoa. It would have been bad enough, but at least understandably forgivable if he was a hardcore junkie and he's like, oh my God, I need needles, I guess I'll just take my grandmother's, she might die, but at least I don't, whatever. I mean, that would have been bad enough, but I mean, we can all kind of empathize because that's what we do. We always empathize. We could see how that could have went through a junkie's mind, but no, he wasn't even shooting smack. He was hanging around with people and wanted them to like those kinds of people, those fucking demons, and he wanted those demons to like him and accept him, and he brought them his grandmother's insulin needles. And then I told you recently on a video I made, last week, whatever, that I saw a posting on social media. It was like a meme of, basically, sorry I haven't called, I haven't been drunk or high, whatever, kind of that kind of thing, about how men, only, hit up women when they're fucked up. And he had written this like paragraph underneath it, saying, yeah, I used to, or what's a guy to do when he's high as fuck at 4:30 in the morning other than call up fat bitches? And then I said in my video that I was like, I hope you're not referring to me as being that fat bitch. So yeah, this kind of person he is. And he's done a myriad of other things, And I always bring many of my videos back to the whole spiritual aspect, and I've told you time and time again that he's got 2 demons who bother him, a red one and a gray one. Because they come in different colors. Maybe that's their race. Maybe there's like a race of red demons, a race of gray demons. That's possible. And he told me also when he was young, once again, I don't know, it was teenager or 20s, how he had prayed to Satan. He was in the backyard on his knees praying to Satan to ruin his sister's life because he didn't get along with her. Well, he didn't get along with both of them, but one of them. And then, like a year after that or whatever, she had a miscarriage, and actually a stillborn baby, you know, and a born sleeping baby. And Brian has always blamed himself for that. Now, I don't believe stuff like that. Yes, you can, you know, spiritually, and whether you believe it or not, you can cast spells and be really specific about making certain things happen. But I mean, he was just being angry and crazy and evil like he is, just on his knees because she made him mad, probably over nothing. She probably told him to, you know, wash a dish or something, and he freaked out because that's how he is. But, you know, he's just on his knees praying to Satan to ruin her life. So no, he didn't make her baby die. But of course, you know, he has always carried that guilt around with him, thinking, oh my God, you know. And then recently I found out another thing. So Shelly, one night she was outside on her knees in front of some tree or a bush or something, and she's like chanting all this weird shit, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm pagan now. He's like, what? And so yeah, like I'm dealing with a bunch of fucking devil worshippers, you know? I mean, and I'm trying, I'm dealing with a evil demon, not possessed, but evil, demonically influenced Satan worshiper junkie who would fuck over his own grandmother, not even for, you know, to, you know, save himself and get some more drugs, but to make other people like, I mean, this is what I'm dealing with. So anytime you're sitting around crying and wondering, why does my narcissist not love me? It's because your narcissist is a dirty piece of shit. And you are awesome. You probably, most likely, are an empath. And you are a bright, shining, angelic earth angel put on this planet to shine your light and to be a loving force of goodness. And these narcissists, they are just dirty. Yeah, okay, you know how, hopefully you've never had this experience, but if you have, if you've ever lived in a shithole and you get up to use the bathroom or go get a drink of water in the middle of the night, and you turn on the light in your gross apartment or house, and all of a sudden 1,000 roaches are all over the floor and they scurry because the light just turned on. That's what these narcissists are. And we're the light switch at, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, because they're all scurrying around in the darkness doing their shenanigans. And then we come along and turn the light, and they're like, oh, don't look at me, I'm a dirty, evil, satanic roach. So yeah. So don't drive yourself crazy wondering, oh, am I pretty enough? Am I good looking enough? Do I have, you know, am I not muscular enough? Don't have a fat ass? Do I, you know, I don't, you know, do I do my makeup right? Or, you know, if you're a guy, do I wear nice suits? Like all these things. Could I be funnier? Could I be prettier? Could I be handsome? Could I have a better car? Could I live in a better place? Could I have more money? Blah, 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 blah. It does not matter. what's wrong with you, what's unappealing about you, what these narcissists cannot fall in love with about you is your blessed goodness. They don't like it. And it's not just that they don't like it in you, because they like to hang around with dirty people. Dirty, and they could be the richest, look at all the evil rich people that only hang out with each other. So it's not a matter of, being a gross scumbag. You can be a gross scumbag and be a freaking, gajillionaire. They only like to hang out with those kind of people. And we call attention to who they are. And they hate themselves. And they should. Not that they should hate themselves, but they should hate what's wrong with them and fucking fix it. Stop being a dirty bastard, But they can't or won't, or a combination of the two. And here we come, shedding light in the darkness of what they've been doing. And they don't like being caught, because then when they're caught, then it reminds them of who they are. So yeah, it's a shame. It's just heartbreaking. I always say that. It is literally just broken my heart in half. It's not just that I'm heartbroken that I can't be with the man that I love. I'm heartbroken that the man that I love is not the man that I love. Okay, how do I fix that? I don't. I walk away. Just walk away. Okay. Sorry you're going through this.